binary members. Welcome to lesson number 3. What to trade and when. Well, as you probably know, binary options offers 4 types of assets to trade. We have the currency pairs, the commodities, the indices, and the stocks. Each one of those has their own special set of rules. Currency, we basically trade the economy of a company, and when we buy or sell currencies, it's like we bought a share of this specific country in that specific time frame. Commodities, we're talking about gold, silver, oil, precious metals, everything that people can trade. Indices, which is basically an average of 25, 100, 250 best stocks of a certain country. And the stocks itself, you probably know about them, Google, Apple, and so on. We can go forever with that. Now, well, let's take a nice example of what to trade and when. Let's say you hear on the news, and I promised you that you will be able to trade on the news, and I'll show you how, that, for example, a pipeline of oil just explodes somewhere in Nigeria. Now, in that case, the oil prices should get higher, at least until they found a solution for the missing oil in the world, because the world used to get a certain amount of oil. Now, in the same manner, we can give you another example of fundamental analysis. Once again, fundamental is something that goes according to news and major society events. Let's take United States and Canada, for example, is a really good one, and it also applies for commodity as oil and currencies as the US dollar against the Canadian. Canada is the #1 oil supplier for the United States, and as you know, the United States of America is the #1 oil consumer in the world. So basically what happens when the guys from the United States want to go and buy Canadian oil, they take all of that money amount in cash or checks or whatever, they convert it to Canadian dollars, and here you go. Suddenly you have more Canadian dollars in the world and less United States dollars. So the Canadian dollar is getting stronger. And all that, by looking at that example, you can take it only from the news if you hear a good oil deal that involves those two countries. Now let's go to TradeRush right now. Those are the guys that we're gonna use for this lesson, and as not only them, any broker, especially the trusted brokers we have, has an asset index. You can actually see the stocks, the currencies, the commodities, everything you can trade on that platform, and sometimes it's even more because they add in all the time, and the writers can't keep up with that. Well, you have explanations like cotton, the largest producer of cotton, and so on and so on. Keep reading in your own free time, guys. Same we have for stocks, for currencies, and another great tool is Reuters.com. I mean, this is a wonderful website. It's news. We can read, we can know, and we can decide what to trade also by looking at those stuff. Nothing is 100%, of course, but it's really helpful. Instead of doing things 50-50 without knowing, we get some ideas and we making the gamble to educate and guessing, and then to actually prospects and signals and so on. That's the learning process. Thank you very much. I'll see you in lesson number 4.